everyone. Welcome. Whoa, we are glitching out. We're glitching out. We're glitching out. Hold on a second. I'm glitching out on my end, maybe not on your end. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. It is Evil Sneaker here with another episode of the Collector Tour, episode number 13. I feel like it's going so fast, but I am here with a very special guest, Action in the Box, aka his real name, Ricardo. Ricardo, how are you doing on this fine Tuesday evening?
Oh, I'm very excited. Boa noite a todos. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Hi,
Good evening.
Steve. Hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you for welcoming me with so much enthusiasm. I will do my best to meet your expectations tonight.
No expectations, man. No expectations. I'm
Ah,
really excited to have you on the show. I know, like, we were talking a little bit, before about bringing you on the show. I know you had an interest in coming on, and then we actually chatted. Like, I know you were on Collector Joey's Copper Drop, and
yes,
that's kind of how we ended up linking up. I wasn't even going to come on that night, and I had ended up being able
yes,
to.
it was
So
a surprise.
yeah,
Very,
surprise,
very good surprise.
surprise entrance. Yeah. So, but it worked out, and yeah, I really enjoyed talking to you on there, and definitely had an interest likewise of bringing you on the show. I think, and I talk about the Collector Tour as a show. It's always like we always talk about figures. We're always talking about our collections, but for you, you kind of transcend. Not only it's not like a separation, because I feel like when I see your stuff and after talking to you before, it's to me it's kind of like the way that you create things and the action in the box is kind of like who you are as a collector. So I feel like this is going to be just a really exciting episode to talk to you and see your stuff. So I'm really excited about that.
Good, good. And I am too very excited.
Yeah.
This is all new for me, and the way you are looking for the way I collect, it's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Very pleasurable.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. And then we're gonna do it a little bit different this time. I know in the past we haven't really gone through people's collection, but like I said, I think your collection's really unique, and seeing it on Copper Drop I thought was really cool. So I think we plan on kind of towards the end, after we get through the questions, you're going to give us a little behind the scenes look at some stuff, and we're going to talk about some stuff. So chat,
Yes,
stick around after the questions, because we're going to be going through some behind the scenes, which I think is going to be well worth the wait. As you can see in Ricardo's background, it looks his display is so cool, and the stuff that he takes a lot of time to build out displays and these scenes, and truly action in the box actually means something. So I'm really excited, man. So thank you so much for being here.
okay.
Let's address the chat here real quick. We got Brick Artemis. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'm pretty sure this is from the Lego Batman movie, right? All important movies start with a black screen. What is up, Brick? Thank you so much for being here. You are saying hi to Brick. And then I'm going to guess this is pronounced, is it Joao?
Yes, João, my son.
Where is he?
One of
Oh,
my
this is your
kids.
son, Joao. Okay, awesome.
Yes,
Well,
João
welcome.
Felipe.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, that's so cool you being here. And yeah, it's cool to have that connection with with your
Yeah,
son. And yeah,
my
that's
family.
awesome. That's awesome. Yep. Brick says 9 likes already and it hasn't even started. Yes, thank you so much, everybody. If you haven't already, hit that like button, please. Daniel Brancato is in the house. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, Daniel. Always supporting the channel. Christian Cooper is in the house. What is up, bro? Thank you so much for being here as always. Reverse Zio is in the house. Carlos, what is up, dude? He says, evening, everyone. Mike, pause. Literus is in the house. Hello, Action. Hello, all. Mike says, absolutely inspiring displays. I 100% agree. 100% couldn't agree more. Very inspiring. That the Neo one is so cool. When I saw the bullets, how they're on both sides.
Yes.
Stuff is just so cool. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see that one a little bit more.
Let's go. Let's go to see closer.
Yeah. Brick as well saying, he's been looking forward to this one. TK Magic Shop is in the house. Yo, what is up, bro? Thank you so much for being here, man. I'm sure more people will funnel in as we get rolling here. Really quick before we get started, I just want to give a quick plug that I usually do to Underground Figures. If you guys haven't already, check them out, undergroundfigures.net. They're it's a place that I'm partnered with, Raise the owner. The reason why I wanted to bring them up too is because they just got a new batch of RoboCop in, which is a figure that a lot of people have been trying to. I think he went waitlist and then he sold out, but he just got another batch that he put up for pre-order, so you guys can check that out. But Yeah, really great company to work with. They're based on the East Coast. Usually it's like the prices are 5% off MSRP. You get double box shipping free of charge. If you create an account on their website, you also get no NRD pre-orders, which is really, really nice. You don't have to pay an NRD. You can just create an account and then email him and say, hey, I'd like to pre-order this figure, puts it on a list, and then you can, or then you'll get the invoice when that figure is ready to ship. Really cool. Christian Cooper is saying I need to get an Electro from them. Yeah, they have some figures in stock that have been waitlisted for a while, that are on the site. So yeah, and it's a great, like I said, great price. You get the double boxing. It's really nice. So check them out. And then if you do order, you can always just mention in the order comments when you place an order, Steve/Evil Sneaker sent you. Or if you email him too, you can just say like Steve. Yeah, you can say my name and just mention that I sent you. That'd be great. Helps the channel out. So wanted to give that quick plug before we get started here because sometimes I forget. You guys can always reach out to me too on Instagram if you have any questions as well. With that being said, Ricardo, are you ready to get into the questions here?
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited to see what you have to say.
Fantastic.
So the first question that I always ask everybody here, starting off, is can you recall the moment that you knew that you were going to be a collector?
Yes, yes. Since I was a child, I have enjoyed collecting things. I have been collecting something all my life. There were times when I had no money to spend on my collections, so I used to collecting things I could find, not buy. I remember that my first collection was comprised of cigarette packs. Yes, cigarettes that people threw into the garbage on the floor, and I look for and get, and I have here yet. I can show to you my collection of
That
cigarette
is so
packs.
crazy.
Yes, look, cigarettes
Oh,
from
that's something that you saved over
Portugal.
time, huh?
Yes, this was my first collection. There is also a box from cigarettes that I collected.
Those
Five
actually look like some
boxes.
cool boxes too.
Yes, yes, beautiful boxes and very old, very old
I
boxes.
was gonna say not a really around anymore, probably.
I never smoked, but I collected
Good for you.
packages.
Yep.
Was my first collection. And in order to find the cigarette packs from other countries, as you know, I live in Brazil. I went to international airports to look for imported cigarettes inside trash bins. It was crazy because
That is crazy.
yes, a kid looking to each trash bin and sometimes putting his hand inside to get a prize. It was very fun, very 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 good days.
Yeah, that
And,
that's that's so unique, man. I never would have guessed that. Nobody's gonna be able to top this one, I feel like, as far as
I
as
have
far as
I
this
have
starting off.
I have a second collection, much different than this one. It was my collection of proverbs and sayings. Do you know anyone else who collect phrases from sayings or proverbs?
Nope. Are they like how? What are they? Are they on? Like, do you keep them like in a journal, or do you keep them on? You put them on papers, or how do you? How do you?
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
collect them?
When uh, uh, when I was 13 years old, it was a time when personal computers and the internet didn't exist. Every time I came across a phrase I liked, I took notes. Later, I would go home and type it into my typewriter machine that my dad gave me as a birthday present. And
That's
I,
so
I
cool.
have 1,300 phrases collected here.
Wow.
Typed.
Wow.
I was 30 years old and I did this. My second phrase, for instance, my second phrase was this one. Uh, Live each moment as if it were your last, because one day it will be.
Damn right.
Yeah, yes. And I looked for others and I saw one for collectors, 160 scale collectors. Almost all the revolts were impulsive actions. It's there. Let's go take it easy.
That's so cool, man. That's so
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Mike saying I'm pretty sure only Ben Franklin in action collected proverbs and sayings, so that's awesome.
Maybe.
Brick saying I love it. Mike saying I miss the candy cigarettes I enjoyed as a kid. Me too. I remember I remember
Honest.
candy cigarettes.
Yes, I remember this.
I used to be funny, take a candy cigarette and light it with a lighter, and it would just melt.
Chocolates.
It would just melt the
Chocolates.
sugar. It would just melt the sugar on the candy cigarette. Yeah, but that is funny. Just want to give a quick shout out to Collector Joey. What is up, my good sirs? What is up to you, bro? Thank you so much for being here. He is yelling Ricardo at the screen. Joey, thanks so much, dude, for being here. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Is that like? Do you have anything else outside of that stuff? Kind of cigarette boxes?
Yes, yes. Always collecting, always collecting. In 1982, my dad bought our first VCR player, National Panasonic Model PV1270. And that's when my love for movies began. 20
Good
years
old VCR.
later, 20 years later, as an adult with some money, I began collecting movies on DVDs and later on Blu-rays. However, when streaming servers like Netflix and Disney Plus appeared, I stopped collecting physical copies. And emptiness installed into my soul because what am I going to collect now? This was the last collection I did before starting with 1/6 action figures.
Now
I
you
love
basically like create your own movie scenes with the figures instead of
Yes,
collecting
and
instead of
yes,
collecting like a physical media. You know what I mean? Well, it
yes,
kind of is. It kind of is in a way.
yes,
Yeah.
much interesting.
I feel like that's like an interesting point too, because like there are so many people out there who collect like physical versions. Like I used to collect the Star Wars. I don't have them anymore. I actually just recently sold them. Like the steel books. I really like the steel book, like Blu-ray
Mhm.
versions of like the Star Wars movies or some other movies. Um, but it's interesting because people will collect movies, but you kind of take it to the next level of collect. Like you
Yeah,
create like a scene from each movie in your
yeah.
display, which is to me kind of
3D,
like to
a
me you
3D.
could almost you like transcend it into something a lot cooler to me rather than just having like a physical piece of like a physical DVD or Blu-ray or VCR tape or whatever. Or like I could see potentially people like, oh, they have like their old copy. You see sometimes people display like a VCR tape with their figure or something like that because it's like they do like a little
Yes, yes.
collection thing like that. But I think that's really cool. So like you like collecting movies and stuff like that, and then now making it way cooler by doing scenes from the movies, which I think is fantastic.
Thank you.
Mike is saying, so no pops. Did you ever collect
No,
Funko Pops?
no,
Yes, we got one,
no.
baby.
I
We
I
got
went directed to the 1/6 figures.
we got one. There we go. There we go. Love it. Love it.
No
Love it.
pops.
Let me Brick is saying, I think he's saying gum cigarettes. Yeah, I missed the gum cigarettes.
Wow.
Let's see here. Some guy is in the house. What is up, my favorite people? Smash that like button. Thank you so much, bro, for being here. Always a kind supporter of mine, so I appreciate you tuning in. Brick has a question here. He wants to know what is we'll get into this display later on, but this is a good question here of like, he says he wants to know what the favorite display maybe that you've done. Do you have one?
Oh, I think it is this one here that I made for my next figure for Indiana Jones and the Dial of
Oh,
Destiny.
yeah. Yeah.
It's here, up here. We will show in the
Yeah.
end. You will show in the
Yeah,
end.
you're going to show it. Just need a little sneak peek.
There is no figure inside yet because I need to wait.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Do you have a I forget. Do you have a picture of Indiana Jones in that one? Because I know I remember you have the Toby Maguire one. You have like the backdrop picture waiting for Toby to come in.
Yes, it's there.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. You got like the picture of the figure up. That's so cool.
While waiting, that doesn't come.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. I'm excited to see some of the stuff later on again too. Jedi291 is in the chat. Good evening, guys. Jedi291. Thank you so much for being here, man. Okay, let's go on to the next question here. Great. What a cool intro of like, I never would have guessed, like what you collected. And like the majority of people I feel like have said Funko Pops. That's like a safe bet on my show of like everybody just saying, yep, started out with Funko Pops, advanced to something else, eventually got into six scale or had a lot of Funkos. But yeah, I think that's really cool. The stuff that you talked about, I think it's awesome. So thank you so much for sharing. I think it's like never would have expected. And I think it's so cool how you have the boxes flattened out and you have them like in these nice like binders and stuff. Like you have them
Mhm.
actually still. I think that's so cool. It'd be something cool to like pass on to your kids and stuff. But yeah, awesome. Next question here. Can you tell a story of one of your most memorable collecting moments?
Yes, of course. It was when I discovered 160 scale action figures. It has not been very long. During the pandemic, I experienced the empty feeling of not having a collection to curate. After all, why buy a Blu ray when I can have any movie I want using a stream service? Guess what? While I was searching for instructions on YouTube about assembling a 1/3 scale Iron Man Mark IIIs I had bought, YouTube suggested a 1/6 scale action figure review. It was a Brazilian guy showing and analyzing a Hot Toys Iron Man Mark 85 battle damage from Avengers and Game Hot Toys figure, and I said, "Oh my God, what was that?" I love the quality of the Iron Man in miniature. And a whispering voice said, "You need to buy this doll. You need to buy this." But when I saw the price and did some calculations regarding custom taxes and shipping costs to Brazil, I gave up. It would cost nearly $1,000 to have it in my hands. Too much money for a
Ooh.
doll. Too much money for a doll. Yes, but I didn't know anything about it, and those images of Iron Man didn't live in my mind because I've never seen anything like this. And after that day, I began searching more videos on YouTube to understand exactly what hot toys were, where to buy them, and how to make a purchase. And 1 month later, the same guy did a review for a new Hot Toys release. Collectors had been waiting for more than 2 years since the announcement of the figure. It was Pennywise from It Chapter 1 and 2. And at that moment, I had a nostalgic feeling, remembering when I used to watch horror movies with my dad on our VCR player, going back to 1982, the first It movie. And the price was almost half when compared with the Iron Man. Two head sculptures and a fantastic base are included. I couldn't resist and bought my first action figure from Sideshow. And on March 2022, Pennywise came to me, and this history begins.
Pennywise, I think like I can't remember the first thing I saw of your stuff, but I think one of the first at least was the Pennywise, um, like the Pennywise where he's like in the what you call it, like the sewer, or the
The-
drain, in the drain, not the sewer, but like in the drain. That yeah, like the box that you did when he's like looking out,
yes,
like looking out of the drain.
just the head sculpt
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the first things that I saw from your work, and I thought it was
in the
so cool.
raining in the
Yeah, but
rainy
the
days.
music, you had the music and like
Yes,
the sound like in the background of,
all the
uh,
scene of the movie
yeah,
with
yeah,
Joe. Yes.
yeah, yeah. That's so cool. So, this is a good. I would just want to give a. There's a couple of people in the chat here. Do you know this person, Andre?
Kamiwada, see, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, a friend of mine.
Yeah, nice. I was gonna say these names are. I'm guessing some of these
Yeah,
people I don't recognize are some of your friends. So,
they are not collectors.
yeah,
Good
coming on to
friends.
support you, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Thanks so much for being here. Welcome in. Hopefully, you'll enjoy what Ricardo has to say here on the show. But yeah, that's so cool. You got friends coming in. I think that's awesome. Some guy has a question for you, kind of related to this. He said, in Brazil, do you have like anybody locally, a local comic shop, or are there stores that you can buy figures from? I guess where do you
Yes,
get like how do you get your figures? What's the way that you go about
perfect,
doing this?
perfect questions. I live in São Paulo. São Paulo is the biggest city in Brazil, right? And we have Iron Studios. They are here, near my house. I can go
Oh, cool.
to their physical store and buy from them. They import hot toys and other figures from Sideshow also. They have good status too. But there is little options to buy, and normally I buy from sites, international sites like Sideshow and eBay, AliExpress. We have here. I buy sometimes from Pop Collectibles. I did one from the 160 Kitty also. But here in Brazil, it's very difficult to find these figures because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
And I think have few people here in Brazil that collect 1/6 figures.
When you get stuff from like 1/6 Kid or Pop Collectibles and stuff, is it pretty reasonably pretty reasonably priced?
The price is in dollars, like you see in the site, and I need to pay the costs for shipping, and I paid now like $200, $100 for shipping.
Gotcha.
And
Okay. So mostly it's like the shipping charge is the biggest thing. Do you get
no, the biggest is the taxes
That's what I was
from
gonna say
Brazil.
is like import. So import taxes, is that something
Taxes.
that like is like no matter where you order from, is that something that you're always pretty much having
Yes,
to deal with?
100%.
Really? Yeah.
Double the price.
Yeah,
Double the
that's a bummer.
price.
That's a bummer.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
As for a 500 figure will cost 1,000 and more for me.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
any Brazilian,
That's
for any
crazy.
Brazilian.
That's crazy. So you really have to be selective. You really gotta like
Yes,
really pick
yes.
and choose
That's the
like what you
best
want to
way
get.
to be
That's a lot.
selective.
Yeah, that's great. That's a lot. Like import stuff is kind of weird because like it's interesting if you order something, like every once in a while I'll order overseas stuff, but like the way that it's imported in the US is like even if it's coming in, it has to be like an astronomical amount for you to get hit with like an
Yes.
import tax, depending on the country. Like some of it's like it needs to be like over 3,000 or whatever dollars in order to actually have to pay an import.
You know,
Um,
when I imported third-party figures from overseas, from China, Hong Kong, uh, sometimes I don't pay taxes because the customers don't know what is this,
mhm.
and they didn't tax.
Yeah,
But
they put whatever the value is on there. That's
yes,
like a yeah, sure,
yes, yes,
sure.
yes. But when I buy from Sideshow, no way.
Yeah, sideshows. Yeah, I've heard that a lot from people who collect overseas. Just like sideshow's not a great option just because it's so expensive.
Yes,
You have
yes,
better overseas options for you. Ordering
hmm
from
yes,
Hong
yes,
Kong
yes,
or yep,
yes,
yep.
exactly.
Um, Andre saying, I like your sculpture of Breaking Bad.
Oh, it's
Yeah, that's
there.
a really cool one. I just saw like something you posted about that.
Mhm.
Andre is also saying, "How can I do super chat?" So I'm not monetized on YouTube, so you can't do super chat.
Oh,
But
yes,
you are more than welcome to ask whatever question that would be in a super chat.
without
But
the
I do
supervision.
appreciate that. But you definitely, I don't even have the function, but it's a kind thought, so I do appreciate you saying that. But
Let,
yeah,
let's
Andre, you
subscribe.
asked, yeah,
Let's subscribe him
yeah,
to go
subscribe
to
to
a
my channel.
thousand.
That's plenty. Yeah, YouTube is like, so I'm close to 400 subs. YouTube monetization is like, you have to get, they lowered it. It used to be like 1,000 subs and then 4,000 watch hours. Now it's 500 subs,
And
3,000 watch
3,000.
hours. Yep. So I'm at almost 400 subs, almost to 500. And then I think I have like, I don't know, 700 or 800 more watch hours to go. So slowly getting there. So hopefully soon I will have super chat function
Yes.
enabled. But Andre, yeah, that's very kind. Thank you so much for the thought. But ask away. You guys in chat, please ask your questions for Ricardo here. The Jedi Knights watch is in the house, Graham. What is
Oh,
up, dude?
Brandon. Mhm.
Thank you so much for tuning in, bro. Aaron Collects is also in the house. He says, "Yo, what is up, man? Thank you so much for being here." Yeah, some guy. Great question. Great question. Joey brings up. Has anyone asked what the poll is for Behind Steve? So you guys might not notice too big of a difference, but like, so I took my desk. My desk was like over on this side of me, and I turned my desk this way because I made like I did a 90-degree and I moved some stuff over here because I am making. I was gonna do it later, but more cases are on the way for me actually. So because I'm future proofing my basement a little bit. So I'm gonna be getting some more cases that are gonna be taking up this wall that my desk was on. So I moved it. 90 degrees. So that's why now you see before like my angle of my camera was a little bit back to where this pole right here, this one that I'm pointing at that you definitely can't see unless I point at it. um, this pole is obviously my basement foundation. So now it's here. I need to figure out what I want to put on there, like a design or something. Put a design or something on there, cool, or maybe like a neon sign or something down the middle of it so it looks cool. But we will see. We'll see. But that's what it's for, you sickos, Joey and Brick. Andre says, could you guys show your favorite piece of your collections? We are going to get to that. We're going to get to the collection towards the end of the show here, where Ricardo's going to give a behind the scenes look of his collection. Jedi also says sneaker and action in the box equals total class. This is up there with one of the classiest episodes, no doubt, for sure. Let me see here. Mike says, if the Ramones knew more than 3 chords, they most likely would never have reached the heights they had. Often the best art is born from our limitations rather than abundance. Action is a prime example. By working in the confined spaces he's given his figures, he's found the perfect form and function to display these other worlds. Really well said, Mike. I think yeah. He said it, to express these other worlds. Yeah. I think it's that was another reason I wanted to get you on the show too, because one, you're just like a really nice dude. You're just like such a nice guy, and then like your collection is just so unique. You know what I mean? So, just very cool. I'm excited to see it towards the end of the show here. Joey says basement foundation. That's what we're calling it nowadays. Yes, the good old basement foundation right here. Yep. That's a nice poll. Thank you, Graham. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Very cool. Back to the question of this kind of memorable collecting moments. Yeah, that's so cool. That's like, it's interesting thinking back of like, I remember when I first saw Hot Toys 2, I was like, there's just no way. I was like, there's no way I would ever, like, this is like next level. I could never imagine. I feel like a lot of people, they say, I could never imagine getting something like this, just like, especially having multiple, but here we are. Brick says, would you ever consider doing YouTube courses on how to make your displays? Have you thought about this, Ricardo?
Oh, yes. Today I think about that, and I will say to you about something about this.
Yeah, it would be cool to see, like, even if you did, it doesn't, I mean, like, I would imagine the way that it takes a lot of effort. I would imagine the way you have to set everything up. But even if you did like filmed like just a little part of it or your supplies and then just showed like the progression of how you're making something, which I think we kind of saw some of that. I think I saw some pictures and stuff of that.
Yes, I did some pictures. I did some videos
Yeah.
in my channel. Maybe I can do others showing just some techniques
Yeah.
that works with figures and these dioramas.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
It would be cool to see like the techniques you use to create like especially like panels within the cases too, or like, I don't know, have you done a video showing like how you make the actual like acrylic, like the actual box around it? Have you done those?
No,
or shown any of those videos?
The box, no, only the inside part.
The good stuff. I would be interested to see. I would be interested to see like how you create the actual like paneling and stuff like that too, and how you like organize that. But that's just some ideas. It'd be cool to see like how like what your process is, and like one thing that like sticks out to me that's kind of simple is like I saw the pictures of like the little bolt, like the bullet casings, the shells for Neo.
Yes.
Were those just, what did you make those out of?
It's a the bullets. It's made of wood. I don't know how to call a wood piece of
like a toothpick
yes,
style, like
toothpick.
yeah.
Yes, a toothpick. I get and cut with a knife.
That is so crazy. And then when you see them like in your do you paint them and stuff too?
Yes, then I
Yeah,
painted with
yeah,
a color
yeah.
that is
It's crazy,
called.
like the way that when I saw the Neo one with the shells on the ground, or like yeah on the floor, I was like, wow, this looks
Yes,
like
yes, yes,
it looks
yes.
like an accessory that you would get. I wouldn't think it was just like a simple little
Yes,
like painted piece of wood. It's
yes,
just
it's
really
a piece of
clever.
wood. It's a
Yeah,
piece of wood painted.
yeah, very cool. So I need to go like actually look at more of your like I need to go back and look at some of your
Hmm.
stuff too and some of your other displays because I think it's just really really cool. Yeah, Joey says it's amazing how Ricardo can fit a whole world in a box. Yeah, it's like
Mm,
it's like not a
that's
ton of space to
yeah.
work with either. You know, it's not a ton of space and you just like really highlight it really well. D'Lo the collector is in the house. D'Lo, what is up, bro? Thank you for being here. Nice to see what Action
Oh,
in the Box looks like.
in
This
person,
is him in the flesh. He's
live and
here. Yeah,
yes.
beautiful collection, sir. I feel like everybody I've talked to, if you know, has like who've like I mentioned to a few people like yeah, I'm bringing you on the show, and you know we always talk about your displays just kind of like one of a kind, really unique. So, um,
Thank you,
so very cool.
thank you, thank
Okay,
you.
let's go on to the next question here because we're
Okay,
only at question number 3. So I always like to talk mostly about kind of you as a collector, but I always do this one figure question. You know, what are your top 3 figures, and then do you have a number 1?
okay. It's always very difficult to choose top figures because each one has great reasons to be in our collections. But at the same time, for me, it's very joyful to try to classify them. And as a methodical engineer that I am, I created 7 criteria and assigned grades between 0 and 5 to decide which figures are my top ones. I also did a video in my channel with my top 5 figures. And but the first time I assigned grades, many figures ended up with the same total score for first place. Yes, and after succeeding refinements, I finalized my first top list ever, and I have a top three figures. I have a number one, but it is changing with new ones that is
Yep.
coming. But today my top three figure is First Blood Rumble from Sly Stallone shop.
Nice.
I think it's the best Rumble we have in the market, and my top two figure is here, Robocop with the chair,
That chair is so
my
cool.
most expensive figure, and I love it. But the top one, because of everything, is the Pennywise, the Hot Toys Pennywise. It's my top one figure today.
Have you thought about getting in art Pennywise at all?
No, 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 no. I'm very satisfied with mine.
Yeah, happy with the Hot Toys
I
one?
get other figures from InArt. I pre-ordered oh, Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Nice. Nice.
I pre-ordered Harry
I
Potter.
will be very interested to see what you do with that Harry Potter figure. Like
Yeah,
I have no interest in
golden
it.
hair.
I'm like yeah, you got the rooted hair.
Yes, I
You're
got the
rooted,
root
yeah.
hair.
I will
Yes.
be very excited to see what type of creation you come up with for like in art figures, especially. Like I think you
Yes,
know with
yes,
these like
yes.
they also come with like all well Hot Toys do too, but it's interesting because in art always has these like some of their accessories are kind of out there. So like
Mhm.
I'm curious to see what you're gonna end up doing with the Harry Potter figure and like
Yes,
some of the accessories and stuff and creating something out of
I
that.
have I have 1 year to think about.
You got a whole year to plan it out.
Only here.
Yeah, yeah. Brick is saying I need that Potter. Need that.
Oh, it's
He
very
keeps
beautiful.
talking about it. Um, Mike also says he thought the casings were the bullet casings like he thought
No, I
yeah
didn't.
yeah they were
Thank you.
accessories. So did I. I was like dang that yeah. He says the same thing as me like that Neo figure wasn't on my radar at all, but seeing what he did with it made me think of it totally differently. Yeah, that really just amplified that figure for me too when I was seeing it. I still need to
Yeah.
watch like the latest Matrix movie, but I mean I love Keanu Reeves, so it's my favorite
Yes.
actor. So I'm all about. I need to watch that movie. I've heard It's not. I don't know. Where did you like that movie? Did you watch it, Ricardo?
The fourth, which
Yeah.
one?
The
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 fourth,
latest
the
one.
fourth.
Yeah.
No, yes, of course. I love the trilogy, the one, two, three.
Me too.
But the fourth is not the better one. Okay, but I need to have a new here in my collection, and
Yep.
this one appeared to be the best now,
Yep.
and
The
I get
one.
this. Yes.
Yep. Yep. TK Magic Shop saying excited to see what NR can do. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I just hope they can start releasing stuff a little bit quicker. That's like the main thing. Okay. Awesome. That's a great top three. That's a great top three. I just
you.
recently saw like a photo too of that, like your RoboCop display. Like with it just looks so cool. They're all look really good, but the chair, like, yeah, the chair looks really cool too.
It's fantastic.
So next question here in chat, if you would please keep the questions coming from Ricardo here. Anything you guys have, I would love to ask him here. So if you guys have questions in between the questions that I have, usually we have time to get to them. So please ask away. Let me see here. The next question is, Ricardo, what is your collecting philosophy, or how do you navigate the hobby? We talked a little bit about it. You kind of have to be selective because of where,
Yes.
in Brazil with how you get figures, but the market, I always talk in this question, kind of since I started the show, like the market, the Hot Toys market in and of itself has just been really crazy in that you can get a lot of figures for a lot less, like under retail price. A lot of people are selling stuff for really cheap. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this question here?
Okay. Okay. Well, first, this is a hobby, right? And when we talk about a hobby, we must understand that it refers to a leisure activity, a pursuit that we engage in for pleasure, for fun. There is no room for stress. Uh, then I consider all my figures as piece of art that are here to bring me joy, but they are just plastic. They are just rubber or metal, beautifully painted and molded. And if something happens to them, like a fall or a broken part, it will not be the end. And my day will not be ruined. It will be just one day to go on, one more day to go on, right? That is my philosophy regarding the figures and the collection. Okay, and also I do not collect a specific IP or line. As you can see, my
Yeah.
collection is very eclectic with different IPs and brands. I have Hot Toys, Sideshows, and a lot of third-party companies also. But I choose to collect high-quality figures that remind me important moment in my life. And it could be expensive, but I work. I did my work to be here today, to be able to buy these figures because I want them and they make me happy. And every figure I have, every diorama I create for each figure is part of an emotional memory I cherish. And with this philosophy and the increasing costs associated with the growing in the hobby, it becomes easier to decide what to buy or not. I only knew this market here in 2022, and I always buy new figures. Okay, I didn't buy a second hand
Sure.
figure. Okay, because I need to import. I bought some from eBay, but I always like to have a new products.
Yeah, there's like I bought a lot of used stuff for my collection, but it's also I can see why you want new because I'm sure it's buying used is even more of a hassle when you're talking about importing
Yes,
stuff, and like I can see why how that can get messy when people don't know how to handle international shipping, especially. Like I would not want
yes,
to buy a used
yes.
figure. If I lived somewhere else, I probably wouldn't want to buy used figures, but
And I have warranty, right?
yeah.
A new one, we have warranty.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything goes wrong,
Mhm.
protected for, you know, getting it fixed potentially, which sometimes international shipping stuff can go wrong too, you
Mhm,
know,
mhm, mhm.
and not sometimes like not international shipping things can go wrong, just shipping in general. So yeah.
When I buy from Sideshow, I received the figure in 4 or 5 days here in Brazil, and a fantastic service from DHL or FedEx. It's very good.
Yeah. That's a really good point you made about like your like if something this is something that I feel like a lot of collectors, not just myself, would struggle with too, is like a figure breaks. I feel like anybody free like I myself, if I break a figure, I'm like, oh my god, that was
No,
not would not be cool.
not worse.
Um I'm like pretty particular about my stuff, you know what I mean? Like stains and stuff. I always I've told the story in the past about this, like I should put the story out like on my Instagram or something about this Qui-Gon figure that I had that had stains on it, and I was almost gonna sell it, and then I got the stains out, and it took me like an hour to like figure out how to get the stains out. I got it like set up with his head off with like a fan on the tunic because it was drying because I tried washing it. It was just a mess. But in the end, you're right. It's a figure, right? It's not like it's a hobby and it's something that you know, we do for fun and
Yes,
life
no
goes
strong.
on.
Yeah,
Life goes on. So
I
I
take care a lot of my figures. The idea to make this acrylic case is to protect them from the humidity, from
yeah.
the dust. Okay. Also, most of them, I put silica inside it to dry the.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and because the humidity here today is 40,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's 60 the humidity here, and the figures needs to be in the dry space, right?
Do you have to keep like a dehumidifier in your room?
No, no, just an air conditioner.
What's the weather like? What's the weather for you like during the like? Does it change throughout the year?
Not so much, not so
Yeah.
much. It's very hot these days. Okay, very hot. We work here in Celsius degrees, and 30 Celsius degrees, 24. I don't know in Fahrenheit how it will be, but it's normal. The temperature is not
Yeah. So it
so.
doesn't fluctuate like crazy too much, which is nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's nice. Great answer. Great answer. Love the answer. Miami's Nemesis is in the house. What is up, man? He says, love his diorama and collection. Everyone loves your stuff, Ricardo. Chris, thank you so much for being here, man. Brick
Thank you.
says that you make him so happy. He loves, or the love that you have for the hobby is unmatched. Yeah, I think that's something too. When I met you, I was kind of like, dang, this like, you just are like a unique person and unique collector, and just the way you go about your display and stuff is really intriguing. And I think
Mhm.
it's really cool. So I agree. I agree with what Brick is saying. Next question here. What is something you want to improve upon as a collector?
Okay, okay. I've just started my journey as a 1/6 action figure collector, and there are many improvements to come. So many things to learn and many experiences to live. One way I see that could help me improve as a collector is by being more participative in this international community of collectors. Yes, and try to bring more Brazilian collectors to join
That'd
us.
be cool.
I am a solitary collector here in Brazil, and I would like to find more collectors near me, right? I found you guys, this community here on YouTube, with very good people from different countries than mine, and this gives me more motivation to continue collecting. And if I am doing something different and interesting from the community's perspective, I want to incentive others who want to do the same and even better. Like Brick said, why don't you do some movies to show us how to do? I did one to Weathering Pennywise, and Tyria and other collectors did the same, and I became very happy because they did, and it's easy. It's just try without fear. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Like you mentioned, like interacting with the. And I think this is really important, especially because there's been a lot going on in the community lately, just like in the collecting community in general. Um, how you said like, you know, being involved in the community, you know, motivates you to collect and stuff like that.
Yes.
I think like finding that in the community and feeling like it motivates you to collect and like, you know, being able to share stuff and then that helping other people or motivating other people to get their collection to a point where they want. I feel like that's stuff that the community needs in this hobby. It's really refreshing to hear that, I'd say, because yeah, you know, there's a lot that's there's always drama, but there's stuff that's going on that's you know, the opposite of that. So it's refreshing
Mhm.
to hear that and like yeah, I think it's nice when that you feel that way and you feel welcome from an international standpoint from
Mhm.
you know me and other collectors and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. How long have you been collecting six scale for?
Oh, 1 year and a half,
Okay.
maybe two. Yeah,
I was gonna
since
say you said
2022.
2022,
Yeah,
right? Yep.
22,
Yep.
1 year.
Can you
In
remind
home.
me?
Yeah.
Did you say when you were talking about was Pennywise the first figure you got?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say you were telling the story about how then you saw the Pennywise like that was
Yes.
two plus years and then you ended up getting that one first.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Very cool. But yeah, great answer. I really like that answer. Um, TK Magic Shop says just watching Ricardo for the first time, but very intrigued on seeing his collection. Yeah, we're gonna get to that once
Oh,
we finish the questions. He's gonna give us a
yes.
behind the scenes look, and we're gonna go through his stuff, a first for the collector tour because I think it's definitely warranted because it tells a lot about who Ricardo is by looking at his collection. Um, Daniel Brancato is agreeing with you, I think.
Mhm.
If you guys have questions, please keep sending them our way so I can ask Ricardo. Great questions so far, as always from the chat. But yes,
Yes.
yes, great answer. Um, let's see here. Let me get to the next question. What is your most important piece of advice to give to other collectors? I feel like you haven't. I feel like you kind of answered this question a little bit, but just some of the stuff you
Uh,
were saying, I kind of take it as advice.
uh,
But yeah, what's the most important piece of advice you feel like
yes.
to give other people who collect?
Yes. Let's go. Don't hesitate to express your enthusiasm for collecting action figures. Regardless of whether you are a man or a woman in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s, we should always keep our inner child alive. Yes, yes. Play with
Love
your
it.
collection like a growing up child and invite your friends to be part of it. Be happy. But don't forget to be responsible as the adult you are. And always remember this hobby should never be the most important thing in your life. But the important things of your life will be much easier to take care of because your passion for collection will provide you with motivation. If collecting one six action figure becomes the most important thing in your life, it's no longer a hobby. Remember that. Let's play with our dolls
Words
with
of
with
wisdom.
white hairs.
You should write you I feel like you would like I would see your name on like a book titled like the book of 1/6 or the book of collecting.
Oh God.
You just have a lot of good insight and just like yeah, a really good mindset when it comes to like what collecting is when it comes to the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? I can see
Yeah.
why you kept a quote book for so long. I need to get some of these like yeah, these proverbs and stuff that you were talking about and these like quotes. How many did you say you have again?
How many figures?
No, no. How
No,
many like quotes did you say? Like that you said you collect have like all those like
1300.
yeah, that's a
1300.
lot. That's a lot. It's very cool. But I think that's a great answer. Don't lose your passion for collecting and don't be afraid to share it with others. And like
Yeah.
everybody wants to still like be a kid to an extent, right? Like we all want to still like have that joy and have fun and not take
Mhm.
things so serious all the time. And I think that's a really great piece of
And
collecting too.
let's play with our kids also.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like me, like I don't know. So I know your son was in here. I don't want to like put you on the spot too much, but like, does he is he into the stuff that you're into, collecting wise or movie wise or anything? Does he share some of those interests too?
I didn't understand it.
Oh, sorry. Like, so your son, I know you have a like
Ah,
your
yes.
son. Does he have some of the same interests as you? Like, is he into the figures, or not, does he have other stuff he's into, or do you guys kind of share any
They give me ideas of the dioramas. They like these figures. Okay, I share with them what I think to buy. I ask him. I ask them if they want some figure special. And I bought Harry Potter because of Dan, because
very cool.
I watched the movie with Dan when they were little ones.
Yeah.
My older son has 23 years old, and my other one has 18 years old, and we talk about the figures a lot.
Yeah, like makes it really special when you watch that with them, right? Like those movies and
Mhm,
stuff like
mhm.
that. I'm the
Yes.
same way. Like I recently kind of got into Spider-Man, and I'm getting some Spider-Man
Ah,
figures. Like my son loves Spider-Man.
oh, good.
He just absolutely he loves Spider-Man so much. So like I really like Spider-Man, and he really likes it. So he's really into figures, but he's only 4 years old. You know what
Yes.
I mean? But it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
you get like, you get more passionate about it when your kids are into stuff, and like, or when you have
Mhm,
the moment like that where they've seen Harry Potter with you.
mhm.
I think that, yeah, that's really cool. Great. You got all the good answers tonight. All the really good answers. TK Magic Shop brings up this question. We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but Ricardo, can you just repeat kind of this answer here of where do you
No
get your
problem.
hot toys from?
Sometimes I bought my hot toys here in Brazil from Iron Studios. I like to buy from them. There are other companies that could be interesting in the south of the country, but most of them I bought from Sideshow and On Six Kitty and eBay. Okay, in Brazil there is not so many options to buy here, and the price is almost the same because of the taxes and this company must earn their money here, and sometimes it's more expensive than buy directly from outside.
Yep. Yep. 100%. TK Magic Shop says, yeah, I enjoy making the kids a part of it as well.
Yes.
Brick says, love talking to my kids about the figures. Yeah, it's funny because whenever I get a figure in, I'm like, I tell my son, like, I got a figure, and he's like, what is it? And then he just runs down the basement stairs. Yeah, to see whatever it is, or we like unbox stuff together sometimes, and like he has these like budget like Titan Hero. It's like the Titan Hero series, which is like a 12-inch figure, but it's just like they're like $10 or something like that. I forget what they are price wise, but
Yeah.
for a kid, for like a young kid, he loves those. So he has his collection, and then
Good.
it's funny. It's really funny with kids because, like I said, he's about to be 4, but he like picks up on stuff. So he'll be like, check out, like, look at this pose. Like, do you think this is a good pose? Like, it's just so funny what
you
he
you
what he
are an
says.
example for him.
Yeah, exactly. So
Always.
he's like learning stuff like, oh, like he wants it set up just right. He's like, wants it set up right, doesn't want anybody to like knock into it, or like if it falls down, he gets upset. So there's like
Yeah.
some teaching moments there too, like it's okay. Sometimes they fall over. You just got to like, pick it up, get it in a pose where it's going to be stable. So it's just like, it's really fun.
He will continue your collection,
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Hopefully he'll
course.
want my stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun with him. Um, So welcome to our community. Miami's Nemesis says, "What's your Grail figure?"
Oh, I think it's Robocop.
Yeah, yeah.
Robocop
He's
for me.
yep. He's that the RoboCop with the chair just
Yes, with the
looks so
chair.
awesome.
Hmm, hmm.
Yes, yeah, it's so cool. Let me see. Oh, Daniel Brancato had a question back here. I'm sorry, Daniel, that I missed this, but he said, "Did you think about using, or do you use 3D printing at all for your
Yes,
dioramas?"
I did. I use it to Darth Vader, to the backdrop of the Darth Vader we are going to see, and also the mouse robot mouse. It's a robot from Star Wars. Mouse is something
Oh,
like,
like the mouse droid.
yes, the mouse
Oh, I didn't
droid.
know
Yes,
you 3D printed that.
yes, I 3D printed and then I
Oh,
painted. Then I painted.
I was gonna like I love that Darth Vader display you have. It's so
Yes,
cool.
yes, yes.
But I didn't. I when I saw the mouse droid, I was like, wow, this look. I thought you got
Where
it as
did
like
he
the
got it?
from the accessory pack.
No, and
Um,
I have the models I can send to whatever you want, and then
yeah,
just paint, just painting, glue and
yeah.
paint.
I've thought about maybe getting like a just one 3D printer that's like a kind of a decent one where if I want to print little accessories and stuff, I can.
Mhm.
I've thought about kind of dabbling into that potentially at some point. But yeah, that's very cool. That mouse droid I thought was a
Yeah,
actual Hot Toys one.
I only use 3D printing when I can't do it with other from other way, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
phone, if I can't use phone, I try to do a 3D print.
yeah. Very cool. Very cool, man. Good question, Daniel. That was a good one.
Mhm.
Austin Nicholas is in the house. Hey, everyone. Hey, bro. What is up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in, Austin. Always good to see you in here. Um, let's move on to the next question here. I think is this we got two more questions.
Let's go.
What figure would you show someone to highlight your 1/6 scale collection? This is one that like I really want to know the answer to because you have so many unique ways that
Um,
you display. So
I
if you had to show one that you have in one of these, one action in the box to highlight, what
Perfect.
would you show? What would you show us?
Today, it became easy for me to choose one figure to highlight 1/6 collection. And it's not current my top one, the Pennywise. It's not. Last Friday, I received my Hot Toys Mark III 2.0.
Oh.
What a fantastic figure. Yes, now I paid a lot of money, including taxes and delivery. But tell me if there is anything about this figure that doesn't showcase what a Hot Toys figure means. And if you don't agree, wait until you get one in your hands because it's incredible, incredible. And it's here. I'm working into the diorama. You're going to see the work in progress.
Oh, I'm excited to see the work in progress,
Yes,
like what it looks
yes.
like before it's
The
finished.
last one, the last one.
Yeah, that's
and,
cool.
and why Iron Man? Right? Because Iron Man is a hero known to almost everyone. And I don't know a living person who doesn't like him. If I show Pennywise to highlight my collection, oh no, I don't like horror
It's a good point.
movies.
People are gonna be like, I don't want to see that. Some people are
Yes,
gonna be
and
like, that freaks me out.
yes, yes, it's ugly.
Yeah,
And so for me, it's a perfect. Iron Man is a perfect figure to represent 1/6 scaling collecting.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That
and
that
probably my top one will be this Mark III because I have a 1/3 scale Mark III that I assembled during 2.5 year, and now I got this 1/6 scale is
yeah, I'm
phenomenal.
excited to see it. I'm excited to see what it looks like. But that's a great choice. Austin says, I love Pennywise in your display. And then he has a question that goes along with this because like you just got this Mark III. He says, do you plan a diorama before or during your purchase? Or when you get the figure, do you then
Oh,
plan
very good
it?
question, Austin.
Yeah, this
Because
goes right with this.
yes, when I choose a figure, also I think about what I can do with this figure, with what will be the diorama, what scene remember first from that movie. Then my selection of a figure is a mix of these ideas, right? In the case of Pennywise, it was my first figure. I even know if I would do a diorama. I don't know what was a diorama. I understood dioramas 3 months after I bought my first figure. And today, when I pre-order a figure, I start to thinking about the diorama and the others I think after I receive it and sometimes I do the diorama and after a while I do some modifications and I change something the same process you change the pose of your action figure. I always change the diorama to get a better view from the scene.
Do you how long does it take you to make one typically?
Oh, I do in my breaks during the after my work on weekends, and it's 1 or 2 weeks building one 4 hours per day, but not all days. 1 week it's enough to do a lot of things. The diorama from Indiana Jones, it took 15 days.
It's a long time.
Yes, but
Very
not
cool.
all day, right?
Yeah, sure. Kind of doing it when you can, right? Yep.
Yes,
When you
when
have
I
time
can.
to work on it.
Yes,
Yep. Yep. Reese is in the house, the mall fiend himself, who I interviewed on
yeah.
the last collector tour. You guys can go check out that episode on replay. What's up, nerds? Reese, what is up, man? I hope you're doing well. I've been thinking about you, man, because I know this baby is imminent on the way. So, uh,
Mm.
yes, I hope you're doing well, man. You should message me and give me a status update. And then Austin says, kind of going off of what the question he asked too, when you're creating a diorama, have you failed creating your original idea and then had to like create a new one?
Uh, no, I didn't remember to fail the original idea. But for instance, the Darth Vader, to do the the wall behind him, I started to try to do with fun, and I didn't could, and then I decided to print it a 3D one. But the idea came, and I start to construct. And I've never did dioramas before. I didn't know that I could do this. I started to do, and the result came, and each time better, right? I have the Michael Myers there, and I did the floor with ice cream woods, the wood that goes inside the ice cream. And I cut each one and painted each one and, and glued each one. Then I discovered other process to do the other floors. And it's a process that I learning watching videos in the YouTube, watching other people doing dioramas, and trying to do it as a
Yeah.
hobby, as a
Yeah.
hobby,
Yeah. It's very cool.
as a fun.
I know this has Austin going for sure. Yeah, he says, I'm loving this. I made my first diorama and me and Rachel have been wanting to create a new one. He did a really cool trick or treat one. I love it. I
Ah,
haven't seen the movie, and like anytime I see a figure where I haven't seen a movie and it look like the diorama looks really good and the figure looks really good, that's like, to me, that's when I'm like, wow, okay, this is really nice, because I haven't seen the movie. I have no attachment to the character whatsoever, but it's just like
mhm.
perfect. I think he has like a haystack in there and stuff like that. I forget exactly what it is, but it looks very cool. It's like just a really awesome diorama. So I'm jealous. But yeah, very cool. Next question here. This is the last question. This is one I always like to ask people. People kind of give varying answers, but how do you navigate collecting with your significant other? What does she think about all this stuff?
Oh, let's go, let's go. This is the tough one. Well, my wife is the love of my life. There is nothing more special and important than her. We
Good
have been
answer.
together since 1996, sharing 27 years of companionship and mutual respect. And of course, as a good husband, I always obey her. She is the one in charge here, and I only collect action figures because she agreed. But she like movies. We always watch movies and TV shows together since when we met. And of course, she enjoys the collection and the dioramas I create. But she is always concerned about what I will do next. Do it to the cost. the space required for display, and the time I dedicate to the collection. Also, sometimes she gets jealous of the collection. Yes, when I bought Wonder Woman WB 100 and it came in, but when I bought, I had to provide some good explanations.
I got
Why
that figure too.
you don't like her?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but do you know that image where there is an angel on one side and a devil on the other,
Sure.
whispering to our ears? She is the angel. This is the best way I have to describe how she navigates with my collection.
This is funny because when I talk to some of my friends about collecting, I'll say they'll ask like if I they're asking a question or something, I'll say, "Well, do you want me to be the angel or the devil on your shoulder for the
Ah,
answer?" Because I could probably answer it both ways. Yeah, that's really just well said. Yeah, Austin says his answer is already absolutely beautiful. I could cry on this episode.
yeah,
This could be the
no.
first episode I cry on because of just yeah, what you said about your wife is just yeah really beautiful,
Yes.
like Austin put it. So thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, what a great answer. That's cool that she likes movies and stuff like that too, and like
Mhm.
she gets it right. So I think that's what a well said, beautiful answer. TK Magic Shop is saying that's a good that's a good one. Sneaker. This is a question I always like to ask. If people have a significant other, if they don't, everybody. I feel like everybody that I've had on, I think I think everybody that I need to get a single person on the show apparently. I think everybody that I've had on has a significant other in some form, whether that be girlfriend or fiance
Yes.
or spouse. But yeah, Collector Joey says love that. Before we get into the collection, because that was the last question that I had. So chat, if you have any other questions, let us know. Because Ricardo's going to give us a behind the scenes exclusive look the first time on the collector tour, actually like spending a little bit of time going through his collection. Because like I said at the start of the show, I think like the way that he does his display is so unique that and kind of like it really shows kind of how he is as a collector. So I figured that, and Ricardo, you kind of asked me too. You said, "Hey, like, should we, kind of behind the scenes of like, can we spend some time, showing some of the behind the scenes stuff?" That's something that you wanted to do. So I appreciate, you wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Before we do that, I just want to ask, do you have any thoughts of like, once you have a figure done and a diorama done, have you thought about like in a year from now or 2 years from now, 3 years, like, oh, I want to make a new diorama for this. I don't want to use this one anymore. Like, are you ever going to go down that road of taking a figure and like, kind of, this diorama is old, I'm going to create a new one or a new scene? Or are you going to like always keep them the way that they are that you have made?
Probably I will do new ones to improve the diagram, to change the same idea when we change the pose. Yes, I think about. Now I'm very satisfied with what I have here,
Yeah.
but maybe I can change some things and do other diagrams.
I probably wouldn't want to change it for a while. And you're new, like you said, you're kind of like, you're like me, you're kind of like newer to collecting, right? A little over a year or whatever. Um,
Yes,
but yeah, and like with a lot of work that goes into it, it looks so good. And then it's like, but it'd be fun. It'd be fun to like have another scene, and then you could like, then you get
yes.
to the issue of like, how do you store it, and like, what do you do with the dioramas that you're not using? Like, it's just would get kind of messy. But I was just curious. I was just curious if you thought about like, oh, well, this scene is cool, but now I want to do another scene. You know,
Yes,
um,
it maybe could happen, of
you
course.
can ponder it.
Yes.
um, Daniel Brancato says, "Is there an end game for your collection? So, do you see yourself getting to a point where you're like, my collection is like where it is?
Oh,
I'm not going to get anything else, or are you going to kind of keep going as figures come out? Is there anything you have your eye on right now that you are looking at buying?"
I have more figures to come. I always trying to find others that may be interesting for my collection, but I have a space problem, and
Yeah,
my ending game will be when this room is full of figures, and then I can put more here, and maybe when one of my child's married and I I leave the space of one room here. I can buy more figures,
Yeah,
but
you
my
can
end
expand out
game,
into your
yes, but I only see my end game because of the space. The
yeah,
space.
yeah,
This is the
yeah.
is a big
Space,
problem.
that's a big one. I feel like that's the
Yeah,
like I was saying, like I just ordered more cases, and when those fill up, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. And
yes.
I have a lot of room. Like I have a lot of room in my
Oh
basement.
yes, you are a big
Um
home basement.
yes, I have a lot of room, but like that's eventually gonna at some point you're going to run out of space unless you have a huge space.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, good answer. Austin says, Ricardo, do you know anyone local to you who collects, or is it all virtual? I know you kind of
No,
talked about this. Like did
no
you say
one
like you're
here. No.
yeah, like a solitary collector over there in
Yes,
yeah, in
yes.
Brazil, unfortunately. But you have everybody in the community that you've talked to, and
Hmm,
um
hmm.
I'm sure I speak for other people when I say that yeah, it's really nice to talk with someone like you and yeah, interact with people like you in the community. So it's good. I'm really glad I got into YouTube as well for that reason of like I didn't have any friends that were collectors, you know what I mean, outside of just like casual collecting and would like have memorabilia and stuff and like cool stuff like that, but not to the level of like this, you know. And then I met friends who were local in the Hot Toys community. So it's been really good. It's been really good. Yes, Graham says you've always got us, buddy. Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Protect Ricardo with our lives.
No, no. It's a
uh um
internet save us.
yeah. Ricardo, with that being said, is there anything else you want to add on to the questions we talked about before you get into your behind the scenes stuff and kind of show us some of your collection? Is there anything else you want to say before we get into that?
No, no, just thank you all. Thank you all. You are very welcome. I'm very comfortable with you guys. It's difficult to me to speak in English because it's not my native language, but I think I can be understood.
You speak
And
well,
this
you
is
speak very yeah, you speak good
thanks,
English
thanks.
for sure.
Yeah, I need to
I can
improve.
understand you fine.
As a collector, I need to improve my English.
Well, I don't really. I can speak very little of another language, so
Okay,
I
no,
give you props for for knowing multiple languages.
but you don't need the English is universal.
Yeah, yeah,
It's our lucky. But I want to invite you all to see my collection or closer. And evil Stevie, sorry, Stevie, you and all your guests are my guests now. I'm thinking to get my camera here and walk through with you guys. Let me set up here, and you can ask anything you need to understand
yeah,
what here.
yeah.
Let me set up here my just a second.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so
I need
Ricardo, guys, so
here.
Ricardo's gonna take us. He actually like rigged up his webcam onto like this
Yes,
onto
I
his phone, so he can like we can still hear him talking too because the webcam's attached to like his
can.
phone. So he's gonna take
Yeah.
us through his display here and kind of talk through it. If you guys have questions as we go through, please ask.
Okay.
I'm
Let
going
me
to
see what
Ricardo.
you
I'm actually
see
gonna
here.
highlight you. I'm gonna take myself off the screen and just kind of spotlight your collection
Okay.
here,
Okay.
so
Let
we can
me
see.
just
So you guys are
change
gonna see
my
me
point
here.
of view here. Okay. For me, it's perfect. Okay. We can begin with. Oh no. Yes. Like
Yeah.
this.
Everybody's saying give the man full screen. Steve, get out of the way. I'm doing it. You guys gotta give me
Okay.
a second. Um,
Okay. This one is my uh, uh, how to call hot hot heart. This is hot heart a hot heart figure from a game I used to play.
is that a
The
Resident Evil figure? Yeah, I was gonna
Resident
say,
Evil.
is that a
Yeah,
Raccoon
Clever
City
Hatfield.
sign? Yeah.
Yes, Clever
That is
Hatfield.
cool.
Yes,
Man, look at this. Like, that is
yes.
so cool with the brick. So, hey, Ricardo, what's that brick made out of in the back?
Fun, fun.
Just foam bricks? It literally looks like
Yes,
rocks.
yes.
Um,
And
that is
the
so
floor
cool.
also. This is an accessory I bought. This heart, this arm. Okay.
That is so cool.
Beside her, we have from Pop Collectibles, Braveheart. I did these arrows.
This is so awesome, Braveheart.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so cool. Yeah, Brick says love that William Wallace. Yeah, that one is
Yes,
so
I love this
awesome.
movie. All movies,
Yeah,
I love it.
that is so cool with
Here,
the yeah.
here
This
is
one's
Forrest
awesome too. This
Gump.
Forrest Gump with the box of chocolates on the bench. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so cool.
and the floor here.
Oh my gosh, look at it. So is this floor? Is this all foam too?
All fun, all fun,
Look at
all
like the
fun.
dirt that you put on his shoes. You did that
Yeah.
yourself?
No, no, no. The shoes
The
became with
shoes
the
were like that?
fingers, but in the floor, at the floor, I did.
Yeah, you kind of put it into the floor yourself, which is like
Yes,
that is incredible that that is all foam. Like
yes.
that. Did you so is this bench something you bought or made?
No, no. It came with the figure.
Yeah, it came with the
It's
figure.
a
Okay.
DJ custom figure.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
but I painted it, and I also put the screws in the bench.
What how did you get the picture backdrop? Is that just a printout?
Oh, I get in the internet and
Yeah,
I print it. I
that is
printed.
so cool.
Yes.
That is so cool.
This one I bought for my wife. I say that is her because it's not a. This is her as a warrior.
That is awesome.
My wife here and a warrior. And this is 3D printed. These schools.
Really?
Yes,
Dang,
3D
that is
printed.
cool.
Then I painted, right? And the floor is foam. And let's go. Oh, and this one is the Pennywise.
Yeah, this is one of the first ones that I saw with Pennywise. Yeah, in the
Yeah.
drain. That is crazy. And you can see also like how you put, did you put like a rain effect on the window?
Yes, in the window
Yeah.
and also in the acrylic. In the
The
acrylic,
acry-
I put this
yeah.
effect is inside the acrylic.
Yeah, I see. I see. And then like on the, it looks like you put like a water effect on the floor for this one too.
Yes, this floor. Yes, this floor I did with I don't know in English, but hygienic paper you use
Yeah.
to in the bathroom, right? It's
Yeah.
hygienic paper with glue, white glue, and then painted and became something like water.
Yeah, that
Okay,
is so cool.
here you have Robocop with the chair, my Grail. Okay, I did the scene where he comes to the police department, right?
Yeah, this is really cool with the chair.
Yes.
Also, chat, can you guys still hear me talking? I think you guys can, but I just want to make sure because I'm kind of asking questions as we go. So if someone in chat could just let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, this RoboCop with the chair. I see why a lot of people want the chair accessory with
Oh,
this
that's
one.
fantastic. This is
Um,
and there is light. You can light on the light. Pennywise here.
yeah, this is so cool, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I.
that figure looks great.
Mhm. Yes, beautiful. With the sunflowers.
So are those hands? Are those something that you bought as an
No,
accessory?
no, this hand is an accessory,
Yep. Yeah, very cool though.
for the figure
Very cool
and
still.
everything here. And here my horror section. This one is Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that is cool with the tunnel in the background.
Yes. Yes, it's a picture, and this floor is real, real floor. I just glued.
Oh, that's like actual real flooring tile.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
tile that
Man,
you
I
use.
love how you do the like I love how you do the rock design like when it's crumbled. Like the
Oh,
gravel and stuff like that. Like the gravel looks so realistic. Even on like I know this one's real tile, but like in the foam pieces too, the gravel and like the dirt and stuff, it just looks so real.
mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah, that's
just
cool.
break them.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael
This
Myers.
one is this makes me want a Michael Myers figure really badly. With
The
the
same.
door. Even the
Yeah,
door like makes it seem like it's crazy. The door gives me
yes,
like just the Michael Myers vibes even without looking, it's like it's a
yeah.
door, but it's like dang, like
And
Um
this floor, I did it part by part, each by each, and with wood from ice cream. And I need to make surveys in the internet to define what is the floor from the movie, because in the movie the scene is very dark and you
Yeah.
can't see the floor. And then I discovered the floor and did it the same one.
Yeah,
This
that is
one,
cool.
yes, Jason.
The
Jason.
horror collectors are gonna love this.
Yes,
That
yes, yes, yes.
is
I
really
always
cool.
love the terror movies.
Yeah, I love the water effect that you do on the
Yes, the
phone
same
too. It's like,
idea I did with the Pennywise.
how do you do that? How do you make that like how do you make it look like kind of like actual splashes of water and like indents of the water? What do you use for that?
Uh, as I said, it's a paper from toilet and glue, and you,
Really? So that's
yes,
like toilet paper that you can like make
toilet
it.
paper. Yes,
Wow, that's
toilet paper with
crazy.
glue. Then I paint with paint.
It makes
And
sense. It makes sense because once you get it wet, it kind of like you can
yes,
jump, you can like kind of push it
yes,
together and stuff.
exactly that. I'm going to do some movies to give you the idea.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Then the Neo has this effect very interesting that I
This one is wild.
yeah,
This is so
yeah,
cool to me how it's going actually on both sides of the acrylic.
yes, outside and inside.
That is just so awesome. So
Yes,
were these were these like were the bullets like this included in the with the figure?
this bullet is included,
And then
but
does like that like so like on the outside of the acrylic is that an accessory that you
yes,
have that comes with
yes,
it too? Gotcha.
yes,
Okay.
exactly that. And then I put outside inside, but it came
So
with the
cool.
figure.
Yeah, it's so cool. The pose you have him in is really cool too. Is that a pill bottle falling?
Yes,
That is
floating,
so
floating.
awesome.
It's floating.
Yeah, yeah, floating. That is cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these bullets here, I
Yeah,
made
this
with
was
wood.
yeah, this
With,
surprised me when I saw these. I was like, wow, these look like actual casings, like shells.
Alexa, apagar LED 2. Much
That's
better.
so cool. And you said they're just like little wooden pieces for people who didn't hear or you weren't
Yes,
here before. These are just like little wooden pieces, kind of like toothpicks that
yes,
were used for the
yes,
casings that look
exactly.
is that a foam base as well for that one?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
awful.
so cool. And then what's the light in this one? Can you go back just go up a little bit? Is the light is that something that you created?
Yes, yes, with parts of things I have here in house, I
That is so
created.
cool. Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
created, and I
Very,
put a
very cool.
green top here.
Yeah. The
Make the
bricks. I can't get over the bricks. I feel like those are like
oh yes,
everything looks so cool, but that actually looks like you literally put stone in there. It's wild.
it's the same idea I did with
Yeah.
the same
Love
idea.
that.
And going down, we have Cesar Romero from. And when I did this diorama, I also reached 1,000 subscribers, and then I put the plates there.
That is cool. The little YouTube plate back there. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
and I did this scene from the movie with the marks of for the actor because this happens in the movie, and I put here a TV show that I love, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, man. Oh
Yes,
my
and
gosh.
I did a lot of stuff. I put a lot of stuffs here to make a
That
scene.
is crazy. Oh my gosh. Got the blue bags and stuff like that on the
Yeah,
floor. And like, oh my
yes,
gosh.
cigarettes, some cigarettes, and a tunnel with money, glasses.
This show is definitely a great show. And yeah, that's like that captures the show right there.
Hmm.
That one.
Here, sometimes I try to put more than one figure inside a box, a great box to gain space.
Love this
And
one.
also, I did this scene from Tatooine Desert, right?
Yep. This
I
is
love
awesome.
these two, the guys. These two, I remember when I saw them the first time in the movies. Very fantastic.
Yep.
Mark 42. from Iron Man 3, the scene that he is escaping
Nice.
from the enemies. My top three figure
This is
here,
so great.
it's Sylvester Stallone, First Blood Rambo, in the in the streets, the streets.
That is so cool. That's such a smart backdrop, like having the road and the backdrop and then like the
Yes,
white
yes,
line that he's walking on. It's just so
yeah.
awesome.
I try to make a continuous view. Here, from another fantastic TV show, Game of Thrones, Jon Snow.
Yeah. Jon Snow. That looks
He-
so cool with the snow
I put,
effect.
yes, there's no effect inside the. It was by it was not my intention do this, but it happens and I like it.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Static electricity here and this is fun also. Okay,
That is
this
so
one
good.
I did as a custom because when I was 14 years old, I went to Disney World on Florida, Orlando, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this scene in the Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yep.
And I decided to create this for me here.
That is cool.
And I did everything. I only bought the this figure, and then all the other things I did.
I would love to see what you could do with like a Jack Sparrow figure.
Yes,
That would be really cool.
and it's one I would like to buy. Here we have the the Darth Vader and
Yes.
the Death Trooper, and that background is 3D printed, and
Love
then
that.
I did some paints here,
Love it. Yeah, that
and the
mouse droid looks.
yes, mouse drone. This one I did the floor again. The first floor I did that if you went to my channel, we were going to see a movie from Darth Vader, and it's not this floor. This floor I
Yeah.
did again a better one. Like you ask me if sometimes I change something, I change this floor,
Yeah, it looks great.
and that's it. This one it's a custom figure also. I bought the head sculpt from Tom Cruise. I bought the body. I bought the tailoring from
Nice.
007
Yeah.
and bought this phone booth and did the scene that he in the, for the uh, Mission Impossible one.
Yeah, that is so cool. It's like a classic.
Yes, yes, yes. One of my favorites actors and the characters, Indiana Jones, all made of phone. Also, I bought this accessory of the jewel here, and also this is cool.
That is incredible.
And here I'm waiting. This
Oh
is
my goodness.
yes,
This
yeah.
is amazing.
I put a snake here for
That
him,
is so cool.
and all this water here, and I did a way to maintain the bridge here. And let's see when the figure came. Okay.
That is
And
so awesome.
today I received an email from Pop Collectibles saying that my Wonder Woman is coming, and
Yeah.
then it's for her for
No
the
way.
yes, and we have the stairs and woods from the
That is
behind.
so cool. The guy staring in the background, if you like angle it
Yes,
up,
yes, yes,
that is
yes,
so funny.
yes.
That is awesome. You got like the backdrop just on point with like I love how the backgrounds you make like that you print off, you have it like the picture blends in perfectly with the scene. Like in this one you have those like bare trees, kind of bare tree
Yes,
tree standing up
exactly.
and you have those
Yes,
same
exactly.
accessories in the case. Same with the sandbags.
Yes. This
Um
one, these ones here, I got into a park here, my house,
yeah.
and paint. Okay.
That is
And
so awesome.
my last figure that came here is Mark III 2.0 with in work in progress. As I said, I did the
Yeah.
floor here. I'm not using the original one that came with the figure. I did this one, and now he's in this pose, and I thinking what will be the backdrop.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
that's
cool figure.
almost done. Yes, fantastic, fantastic. And the next one is this one.
I love how you have the picture
Just
in
a
there.
picture.
That's so
Yes.
awesome.
Always I look
Yeah.
and think what I'm going to do when the figure comes.
Yeah.
But that's it. This is my collection.
Unreal.
If you
It's
want to ask
incredible.
something or see again anything, just ask me. Let
Yeah,
me come back here.
that is so cool.
Alexa, ligar LED 2.
See if I can pull myself back up here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello? We lost Ricardo for a second, but maybe he'll be back. Oh, wait. There he is. There you are.
Okay,
I lost you for a sec, but that's okay.
no problem.
Joey's putting some links in the chat, and I'm gonna go back and get to some chat messages. I just didn't want to interrupt you while you were showing your collection, but I'll get back because people had a lot of nice things to say. Joey's
Okay.
putting
Let's see.
your links in here. Yeah, give Ricardo a sub and check him out on Instagram. Also, his link should be in the description to this video as well. So yes, please go check out his content where you can see some more photos and videos of this stuff. I want to go back a little bit in chat here. Somebody joined in here. Darth Fritter says, "Hi, Sneaker. What is up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in. You tuned in at the right time to see the collection. Very, very cool. But definitely go check out the replay of this one if you guys tuned in late, because Ricardo had just so many valuable things to say. Just really, really great, great talking with him. So, Lady Evil Sneaker, this is my lovely wife. She says you are very talented. She
Thank
watches the
you.
streams usually. So yeah, she says you're very talented. Now let me go back here because we have a lot of comments here that I just want to get to. Ricardo, thank you so much for going through that with us and setting up your phone with the webcam and taking the time to do that. It was awesome seeing your collection.
Thank you.
Dilo says you did fantastic, Ricardo. Great show. Thank you so much, Dilo. Yeah, he's saying I think they're all talking about your English. TK Magic Shop says you did an amazing job speaking English.
Oh, thanks.
Austin says you speak English very well. Yeah, you speak great English. Absolutely. Zio says Ricardo about to take over the stream. Yes, that's what this stream is
No.
for. That's what this stream is for. I want the collector that I'm
Yeah.
interviewing and talking to take over the stream. I want it to be about you, not so much about me, right? Eric, I don't think I saw you earlier on. It says great show tonight. Thank you for tuning in, man. Cage, thank you for tuning in as well. I don't think I saw a comment from you early on, but yeah, it says give the man full screen while I was trying to work on that. Austin says, I love that Ricardo is a horror lover. Yeah, Austin
Yes,
loves
also.
horror as well.
Hey,
I'm sure
you
he's,
too, Austin. I
yeah,
saw your
yeah,
figures.
yeah. I brought up a couple things here with Brick saying, love that William Wallace. Yeah, that Braveheart's really cool. TK Magic Shop said a lot of really nice things. Looks incredible. He's blown away. It looks really good. Joey says it's crazy because the backdrop makes it look more real. I agree. The backdrop, the depth of the backdrop, and then you put in a lot of the same accessories. Like the Wonder Woman one was one that stuck out to me with the trees, and then you have like the sandbags in there that like were part of the bunker for the war. I thought that was really, really cool. He says, TK Magic Shop says, I've never seen it done like this. He loves the casing surrounding him, makes it feel like they're in their respective worlds. I think this is a really good point because I think it's really hard, at least for my display, because I don't have like this type of stuff. It's really hard. Like right now I have this case right here that has like some like Wonder Woman's right here, Joker's back here, and then I have like the Hulk, Spider-Man, some like I'm kind of branching out into some Marvel DC stuff. But next to each other, they just like they don't look like I want to separate them into their own cases. For you can have these different figures next to each other, even though they're completely different from different IPs, and it looks so good because the diorama like encapsulates what you're doing
Yes.
with each figure. So it truly makes it unique in that, like, it doesn't matter how you have them spaced out if they're all the same, like,
Mhm.
or if they're all in different IPs, because when you go from one to the next, it's just like so captivating that it doesn't really matter. So I think that's
Yes,
one thing that makes
we
it
forgot the others
exactly,
and
exactly.
focus
Yep.
on
I'm
what's
not like,
happening
oh,
with that one.
yeah, I'm not like, oh yeah, Darth Vader's next. I couldn't even tell you looking at, like, thinking about it without seeing it. I
Uh-huh.
couldn't even go back and tell you what's next to what, just because like it's
Mhm.
just I'm so into each
Immersive,
one.
all immersive.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly. Very immersive. Yep.
Yes, my inspiration was Toy Story because those dolls, those toys, they are alive. And when I put a figure inside this acrylic box, I think like this. I need to give them something to they think they are alive in their
Yep.
own space, right?
Yep.
In their own environment. That's the idea.
Yep.
They
Yes.
are
Yes.
lives for me.
Yep. Very cool. Just like brings it to life, right? Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Love that. Eric says great artwork on these displays. TK Magic Shop says this is the best episode yet. Sneaker, awesome collector. Yeah, people I think are really digging this episode, and I'm sure people who rewatch it or watch the replay are gonna be happy with this one as well. Uh, Joey says insane, best
Insane.
show ever. TK Magic
Thank
Shop,
you,
Walter
guys.
White, best one yet. That one's is really really
Mm.
cool. And
Mhm,
this is what
mhm.
I mean too, is like Joey saying I don't even watch Game of Thrones, and that diorama is fire because you don't even have to see some of this stuff, and you just think it's still really really cool.
Mhm.
Um, TK says this changes the way I want my collection to look. So yeah,
Let's go.
you talked about early on in the show, like inspiring people and motivating people to
Mhm.
kind of,
Yes.
do cool things. So yeah, I think that's awesome. He says mind blown. Austin says simply amazing. Uh, Tron is in the house. What's up, Tron? Thank you for being here. He says amazing work. Zio says Ricardo's imagination and ingenuity is motivating. And then Austin says this is the most amazing way to enhance a figure and give it more substance. I couldn't agree more. I wanted to go through all those comments because I felt like it was worthy to touch on all those because uh, it's just really unique and really cool. And I feel like everybody should go check out your stuff and see how you do it because it motivates me to like want to do more creative stuff with my
Yes,
collection
do
too.
it.
It makes you want to like get into some cool stuff. Jeffrey says, glad I caught the live. Jeffrey, thanks for being here. Glad you caught the live as well. Let me see. Darth Fritter says, I'd message you and we talked a few days back. Do you only focus on 12-inch figure collections? My main focus is on Hot Toys. I have some other stuff, but yeah, pretty much like 1/6 scale is the main thing that I focus on. But yeah, Fritter, if you want to talk, man, you can always hit me up. We can chat some more. Jedi says, great show, friends. I think I got through them all. I'm pretty sure I did. Lots of
Good.
comments. This is probably the show one with some of the the most comments. Austin says, "Let's all choose a figure and make a diorama for it. That would be fun." I would really have to think about the one that I would want to do.
Yes, just one
Yeah,
to
that'd be
begin.
cool. I have one more question for you. Like, how do you get your acrylic to connect? Like, do you glue the sides together? Like, how does it connect to it
No,
to
I bought this acrylic is from a company near my house, right? But let me show here. Let me get one
Yeah, sure.
here. It's two parts. The bottom, you see,
Yep.
and
Oh, okay.
that's it. That's it.
So it comes kind of built like depending on whatever size you want, it comes built like that.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's really nice.
I do it with 20 centimeters. It's a square with 20 centimeters
Yeah,
in the
sure.
side, and the height is 40 centimeters for these ones.
Oh, and you can get
Both
like
of
different
them,
sizes.
yes. I asked them to do the size I need.
Yeah,
They
that's
they
awesome.
they they they, they produce exactly what I want, what I need. This one is 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters, and
Yeah, gotcha.
depth is 20. And I also did this acrylic here to fix the ropes here and
Yeah, to kind
sustain
of
the
fixate things
yes,
onto it.
yes,
Yeah, that's really
sustain the
cool. That's really cool. I was wondering like how if you like I didn't know if you took a panel off to put stuff into it or like I didn't know if you lifted it up or took a panel off, but very cool. Very, very cool. Um I think we lost Ricardo for just 1 second while he reconnects here because he moved his camera and I'm gonna guess he's gonna be back here in a second. We're gonna wait a second. There he is.
I'm
I
back.
think it
I'm
just
back.
yeah. I think it just disconnects you for a second, but you're good. You're back.
Yes.
Austin says, Ricardo, I'm sold. I'll keep you updated on this. Yeah. Austin's got a good start to his dioramas. Um, with that being said, what an awesome episode of the Collector Tour.
For me
I'm
too.
just, yeah, I'm thrilled to have you on. I had a great time talking to you.
Me
Um,
too.
I know we talked a little bit earlier on. You're like, I don't know if I want to, like, I don't, like, we'll see. Like, maybe let's like try it out or pilot something and see like how it goes. But no, I think like that, this was, yeah, one of my favorite episodes for sure. I just had a blast talking to you. And, um, yeah, I've kind of said everything, everything. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but yeah, you have a really awesome collection. You're a really awesome person too. I think like anybody can gain something from checking out this episode. Hopefully some people will catch the replay and listen to some of the stuff you have to say because it was refreshing to hear a lot of the comments that you made and just like yeah, it seems like you have a lot of joy for collecting and like I said, that's something that the community really needs and we should be embracing that type of stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed having you on. Chat like
I
us. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Ricardo, go ahead.
No, I enjoyed also. It was awesome for me. I'm very happy to be with you guys. I love all you. You are very welcome since the first time, and I'm here to help to be a good guy to all we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really appreciate it. Thank you, Ricardo. And yes, everybody in the chat, make sure that you go and check out his stuff. Like I said, the link is in the description in the video below to his YouTube and his Instagram. And
Mm-hmm.
chat, thank you all so much as well. Chat, you guys were, yeah, going crazy tonight on the comments, which I loved it and rightfully so because, like I said, I thought this was a really, really cool episode. Um, Ricardo, anything you'd like to say to end it here before we sign off?
Just let's collect.
Yes, yes, yes.
And until next encounter.
Yep, until the next encounter. But I'm sure we'll be chatting more in the future. But let's see. I think we might have. Yeah, Austin says my favorite episode. Yes, this is
Thank you,
a
Austin.
really good one. Like I said, I hope people check out the replay. And then Joey is linking some of your stuff again in the chat. But also, Ricardo, I know you stayed up late for this episode because our time is different. I think it
That's
was
fine.
10 o'clock for you.
No,
Uh,
no, it's almost 1 o'clock
it
a.m.
was it 10 when we started or was it?
For
So it
me.
would have been
11,
11 when we
11,
started. Yeah,
11
gotcha.
for
Okay.
me.
So
Yes,
it's almost 1
3 hours,
a.m. there. Yeah.
three
So,
hours ahead you.
yeah. So thank you so much for staying up late and doing the episode. I don't really have too many options as far
too,
as being able to do it, but I really
too many,
appreciate
too
you.
many adrenaline.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully you get some sleep tonight and you're not, yeah. Uh, Darth Vader says that's your new slogan. Let's collect.
Let's collect.
Let's
Okay, let's
collect.
collect.
But yeah, man. So we'll sign off. But everybody in chat, thank you so much again, Ricardo. Thank you, man. You can always
Thank
chat with
you.
me. Chat with me anytime. TK Magic Shop says, thank you, Ricardo. You inspired us. Have a good night, everyone. Have a great night, everyone. And Joey says, and I guess follow Steve on Instagram as well. I'm not putting out content anywhere close to this cool, but thank you, Joey, for that. But with that being said, Ricardo, thank you so much. Thank you so much, chat. If you
Thank
haven't
you.
already, please subscribe to the channel. I'm nearing 400 subs. That would be awesome. And also go check out Ricardo and subscribe to him as well. Until next time, I will keep you guys posted on what's happening for the next episode over on my Instagram and on YouTube. I usually do updates. You know what, Ricardo, is there anything that you want to plug real quick before we sign off? Anything for the show, like anything for your channel, anything you're working on other than that Mark III diorama, anything you want to talk about
Yeah.
quick?
Okay. I always do movies, videos for YouTube of my collection because I need to share when I saw what I'm doing and when I saw that it was different. I decided to create the channel, the Action in the Box channel, and each figure I bought, I do the diorama, and I do some pictures, and I post a video. Then my next video will be the Iron Man Mark III, and now Wonder Woman is coming. If everything works fine in the transport, I will do a reboxing video. It's an idea to get the figure from the original box and put inside my box,
Very cool.
the action box. It will be a
Yeah.
reboxing, a reboxing video. I'm thinking to do this also with the Indiana Jones, and every time I need something new here, I will post in my channel.
Yeah.
And every time I can be awake, I will go with you guys in the streamings lives. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. For my channel, I'm going to do another collector tour episode probably next week before
Good.
Thanksgiving, hopefully. And then also you can catch me tomorrow on Wolfpack Wednesday. We'll be live at 9:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Central over on the Jedi Knights Watch channel, as always, for Wolfpack
Good
Wednesdays,
show.
which, yeah, great show. Love
Yes.
those guys, and love being on that one. So you guys can catch me tomorrow on that one. Okay, with that being said, we will finally end it. Good night, everybody. Hope you all have a great rest of the week.
Bye
See you later.
bye.